YouTube family, what is up everyone? The original Grown B is bringing y'all some 2v2 My Part gameplay. This is the most exciting My Part game that I've had since that 3-on-3 8 to 19 comeback that we had. Me, the same friend that I'm using here, the show 815, and then we had a random. But we came back 8 from 19. It was an amazing moment and a great learning experience. So if you haven't seen that video, please go check it out. But more importantly, this was just a fantastic game defensively for me and my friend. Just to give y'all a little bit of backstory, it's the third time in a row that we have played these guys. The first time they beat us, the second time we won barely, and then this time we're playing them. And they were just so badly banking on the fact that they would be able to pull us all the way out to damn near where half court would be and sit there and crisscross, try so bad to get an ankle breaker, to try so bad to have us make one mistake so they can get an easy drive to the basket. I mean, they would do this for the full shot clock. And eventually I just got frustrated and kind of disrespected that they would try so hard to just get us with one thing that we really locked these dudes down. And it gave me a great feeling about how defense can be played in NBA 2K17. But then a few games later, you know, I played a stretch big. I contested every single shot. I was there for every single shot. We switched on every pick and roll, and this dude still shot 90% from half court. And that led me to making this video. YouTube family, don't get this misconstrued. I love playing as a lockdown defender. I really do. When 2K allows me to have the type of impact on the game that I really think I should as a lockdown defender with all the work I've put into this character, you know, it is a very, very satisfying experience to play as a lockdown defender. But if you were to ask me, Grown B, I'm about to make my player for 2K17, should I make a lockdown defender? Dude, no. Go make a sharpshooter, go make a stretch big, go make an athletic finisher, a playmaker, anything else other than a lockdown defender. And here's why. Because NBA 2K17 is modeled after the 2016 season. So the creators of 2K don't give a damn about defense, because in 2016 there are only 4 teams that were watchable: OKC, Golden State, San Antonio, and Cleveland. Nobody else. Why not? Because it's a highlight-driven league. It's an offensive power-driven league. It's a star-studded-driven league. The GMs know this now. The owners know this, and they know that that's what's going to get them ratings. The commissioner knows it. Everybody knows it. So when it comes to making an NBA game modeled after the NBA, why would they make it so centered on defense when defense hasn't been a big deal in the NBA for 20 years? It's all about putting great, high-powered offensive players together and making a spectacle of the game. And it makes sense because, I mean, nobody wants to watch 92 to 88 final score because of physical, tough defense being played, you know, all game. They want to see great teams like Golden State go for 149 points like they did earlier this year. That's what they want to see. They want to see LeBron cut to the hole and dunk on like 3 or 4 people. They want to see Steph Curry step back to half court, cross somebody up, shoot it with his eyes closed, and make it. Those are spectacles. That's why we watch the game. Otherwise, there'd be no reason to watch basketball. There'd be no reason to watch anything. It's a highlight-driven league. So when it comes down to making 2K and you decide, okay, how do these guys want to play? Well, they want to play what they want to see. So now it's down to, okay, how can we make really good offensive players? And honestly, it's not 2K's fault really, but it makes sense. So we have characters. Let's actually get into 2K. You know, I've done a little bit of background. Let's get into 2K. 2K17, we have the sharpshooter, which is arguably the best archetype, especially for scoring. I mean, you can't stop them really. And let's talk about the badges. Attributes are great, but at the end of the day, everybody who plays 2K knows that it's all about these badges. So What badges do they have? Difficult shot, deep range Deadeye, mid range Deadeye, tireless scorer, limitless range. These are great badges that are useful on every play, on every drive, on every possession. You can, if you pick your shot, it is really, really hard to miss with the way they have those badges set up. Now let's talk about what badges a lockdown defender has. Charge card. I mean, a very, very circumstantial badge. You cannot use that on every play, every possession, and really not every game. Pick and roller. I mean, not pick and roller, I'm sorry. Pick dodger, which is great, honestly, but when teams are setting 6 or 7 picks to try to get a really fast, you know, tiny sharpshooter open, I mean, trust me, pick dodger doesn't work. But the one that bothers me is the fact that they're so circumstantial. For instance, chase down artists. Like, I couldn't just get a blocking badge. I had to get chase down artists, which means that I have to already be playing bad defense to let them get that well into transition, and that's the only instance in which this badge is successful. I have to be in a position where I've let them get out in transition. Those are really bad badges. Defensive stopper is great, but if I get switched off onto another defender, then it's useless because it's only for similar matchups. Pickpocket is great. It's not as useful as I'd like it to be, but why don't I have a badge called help defense? So since my teammate gets beat, I have to rotate over to try to challenge the shot. Why don't I have a badge like that that stops me from getting dunked on every play? This is why I don't think 2K cares about defense. Let me know what you guys think. The original Grown B is out of here. I'll see y'all later.